Divine Twins, this is Debs, and of course we're here for your twin flame journey for the month of September 2025. First of all, twins, thank you so much for being here. It is amazing to be with you. I hope you're all well. And of course, we're going to be delving into the deck to find out what's happening between a specific masculine and feminine. Who knows? So if you're ready, let's dive in. The deck that I'm using for you today is the Legacy of the Divine. If you'd like your own twin flame reading, you can book that with me. My website's down below. The reading is about 40 to 45 minutes, and it delves much more deeply into the energies of your twin. So, here we go. Calling on the divine, the higher angels, and ascended masters from the pure white light, please guide me in this twin flame journey for the collective for the month of September 2025. Back card flipped over, the Ace of Swords. There is a truth coming to light. It could also be that one twin is deciding to end a karmic connection, to come into union with their true divine twin. Interesting. All right. Oh, there's so much coming through. Archangel Michael's showing me a roadmap, and it's morphing into a spider's web. These two may have tried to come into union for many, many lifetimes. Both have also extended themselves far more than they should have done, but this is in connection to their individual soul contracts. A lot of lessons needed to have been learned. Okay. Could be an interesting reading, twins. So, as you know, I am not permitted to cut the deck. But yeah, we have the Ace of Swords. All right. Let's delve into this and see where this takes us. The top line of cards, of course, will represent the energy of the divine masculine, the feminine's energy shown below. Okay, twins. 6 cards for the masculine, 6 for the feminine, and as always, I'm going to be checking the camera view just to check the cards are straight. I know some of you get a bit bored with this particular part of the reading. You can always skip this forward. Skip the video forward if you want to. Okay. I'm sure you do anyway. All right, nearly there. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. So, twins, we need to line these up. That's a little better. Okay. So, the card in the center will show us the outcome, okay, of this particular journey. Underneath the deck, we have the 8 of Pentacles. Now, it could well be that one twin is wanting to work on the connection. We have Earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We also have the Justice card. Underneath that, Libra energy. Maybe somebody is working on getting out of a contract or working on moving towards the other twin in order to bring them some kind of justice. Okay, could be very exciting. So, twins, we will begin. I'm just moving these over a fraction. Okay, there we go. All right, let's have a look, first of all, at the energy of the divine masculine. Let's have a look and see what energy he's sitting in and how he's feeling at this point of time. The Ace of Pentacles. So the divine masculine may be thinking about uprooting and moving. He could be considering moving location to live nearer his true divine feminine. It could be he's thinking of moving out, of living with a karmic partner, and it may well be this is the first step of him detaching from a long-term situation. Okay, twins. So the masculine is thinking about the Ace of Pentacles. Now, moving to the energy of the feminine. And of course, we're going to be seeing what's on her mind and how she is feeling again at this particular point of time. The World. The feminine, in contrast, is thinking about the ending of a cycle. So the masculine is thinking about a brand new start. The feminine is thinking about closing a chapter. This can also represent the World Wide Web for some reason. She could be running an online business, something like that. She could travel extensively. She is thinking about closing out a specific cycle with the world. Wow, twins. So, we now move to the second card for the Divine Masculine. Let's have a look and see what he believes is on his feminine's mind, what he believes she's thinking about. This is his perspective. The Devil. So the Divine Feminine could well be a Capricorn, the Divine Masculine could be a Capricorn, but the Divine Masculine believes that what the feminine is thinking about is toxic energy. The shadow side, addictions, obsessions, right? It may well be that the Divine Masculine is consciously aware that he might have been sat in his shadow previously, and the Divine Feminine believes he is still sat in that energy. He could be nervous in reaching out because of that. So twins, we move now to the second card for the Divine Feminine. Let's have a look and see what she believes is on her Divine Masculine's mind, what she believes he's thinking about. This is her point of view. The Queen of Pentacles. So the Divine Feminine feels that the masculine is either thinking of an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or the Divine Feminine feels the masculine is wondering whether or not the Divine Feminine is single, whether or not maybe she's still single. Queen of Pentacles. So the feminine believes the masculine is thinking about the Queen of Pentacles. All right. So twins, we move now, of course, to the third cards. This, of course, is going to represent how each twin sees the actual connection with the other twin, the relationship that's been built up between the two of them since the first day that they met. So let's have a look and see how the masculine views the connection, the relationship with his true Divine Feminine. This is his perspective. The Ten of Wands. The way the Divine Masculine views the connection with the feminine is there might have been a lot of burdens relating to this particular twin flame journey. A lot of lessons that needed to have been learned. It may well be that the masculine is trying to hang on in there to the hope of one day being able to be with a feminine, but he is feeling burdened. He could be feeling weighed down because he has yet got to fully close out a cycle with a karmic partner. The Ten of Wands, he sees this twin flame connection as a burden. He's hanging on to it, but the Divine Masculine is feeling stressed about this particular connection. All right, twins. So, let's have a look now at the third card for the Divine Feminine. Let's have a look and see how she views the connection, the relationship with her true Divine Masculine. This is her perspective. The Knight of Cups. So the way the Divine Feminine sees the connection with the masculine is there's a lot of love between them. There may have been a declaration of love in the past. There's a lot of emotion both of these two carry for the journey. I feel as if there's been a lot of support for each other in the 5D. So the way the divine feminine sees the connection with her masculine, the relationship with a masculine, is there's a lot of love between these two. So twins. We move now to the fourth cards. These, of course, are going to represent the messages that each twin wants to relay to the other twin. As always, these could be messages of love and support for the twin flame journey itself, but these could also be pieces of information sent between the souls during astral travel in dream state. So let's have a look and see what messages the masculine would want to pass to the feminine for the month of September 2025. The Knight of Wands. I'm hearing I'm on my way. I'm on my way. So the Knight of Wands could be a younger fire sign, of course. The Knight of Wands, I feel, is telling the feminine, don't give up on me. Don't close out the cycle. Right? I'm on my way. But he may also be relaying to the feminine, I have a lot of passion for you. I'm hanging on to the connection, but I'm not quite sure exactly what I want. He may be relaying that to her. Moving now to the fourth card for the Divine Feminine. Let's have a look and see, twins, the messages that she would wish to pass to her true Divine Masculine. And of course, this could be in response to what he is relaying to her. The Page of Swords. The feminine is not messing around. If we look at that energy, she's not playing. The feminine may pass the masculine a difficult message of truth. Well, you're telling me you're on your way, but are you just sat in the Knight of Wands, or are you wanting to commit? Are you still hanging on to another connection? She's asking him that question. There may, of course, be a conversation that's needed between these two relating to a child or children. But this is a difficult message of truth that the Divine Feminine is passing to the masculine. As in, you better move towards me sitting in the light, otherwise I'm going to turn you away. I'm very close to ending the cycle. Now, twins, we move to the fifth cards. These, of course, are going to represent the challenges and obstacles that each twin is facing, that they need to overcome in order to move into union in the 3D in this lifetime. So let's have a look and see what challenges the masculine needs to take control of in order to offer commitment to his true Divine Feminine. The Moon. Okay, Cancerian energy. The Divine Masculine needs to stop sidestepping the issue. The Divine Masculine needs to express the deep emotion he feels for the feminine. But there's also a sense that the Divine is asking the masculine to reveal everything. If there are parts of his life that he's kept hidden from the feminine, the Divine is asking the masculine to step up and to be a completely open book. Does he have the courage to step forward into the light and reveal his true situation, reveal his true intentions? The Divine is asking him to act with integrity. Now, Divine Twins, we move to the fifth card for the Divine Feminine. Let's have a look and see what challenges she's facing, what blocks she needs to remove from the twin flame path in order to come together with her true Divine Masculine. Let's see. The Queen of Wands. The challenge for the Divine Feminine is she going to still feel as if the Divine Masculine is connected to someone else? Is she going to sit in the energy of the other woman? There's a lot of love and passion between these two, but she's very nervous that maybe his situation hasn't changed. I think she's ready to ask some very serious questions relating to the Divine Masculine's status in the 3D. All right, now twins. We move to the penultimate two cards. These, of course, are going to represent what each twin is hoping for pertaining to the connection with the other twin by the end of September 2025. So first of all, let's have a look at the energy of the Divine Masculine. Let's see what he's hoping for pertaining to his feminine by that time. The Three of Swords. I feel the masculine is hoping to get over the heartbreak. Because I've got to be honest, twins, even if the masculine is considering moving out of living with a karmic partner, he may still be connected legally or financially. This might still be a third-party situation. And if it is, I feel the Divine Feminine is going to stand her ground and say, I'm sorry, I'm just not willing to be the other woman. So I feel the Divine Feminine is going to give the masculine an ultimatum. You either totally break free of your connection with your karmic partner to offer me a commitment, or I walk away. Now, it is impossible to totally detach from the energy of your twin, but the Divine Feminine may be wondering whether or not she's better off trying to move forward in her life and maybe meet a soulmate. The twin flame journey is never easy. She may be feeling, well, let's leave it for another lifetime. If the Divine Masculine isn't ready to fully step into the light to make changes to his situation, I may need to move on. So that could be what's on her mind. But let's have a look and see what the feminine is hoping for pertaining to the connection with her true Divine Masculine. Let's see. Seven of Swords. I feel the Divine Feminine is hoping that the masculine is not sat in the Seven of Swords. I also feel that the Divine Feminine is ready to walk out very, very quickly, go out through this back door, right? If she feels the Divine Masculine is still sat in the Knight of Wands. Okay, twins, a challenging read for the month of September, but it's not over yet. Let's have a look at the outcome. Now, this is the energy that both twins carry for the journey by the end of September 2025. Let's have a look. The Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is a slow, stable offer to commit, but the operative word is slow. It may well be that these two will come together, form a beautiful partnership, once the masculine has had the courage to detach from a karmic partner. I feel he's still connected to a karmic partner. He's thinking of leaving, thinking of maybe living separately from a karmic, but he may still be legally and financially connected to her. And I don't feel that the Divine Feminine is ready to accept that. She's asking him to fully detach, to offer her a clean connection. Otherwise, she's going to put out very strong defenses. I think he's working on it. But he may wonder whether or not the Divine Feminine will be open to, say, a living together situation, because he may not feel ready, if it's relevant, to actually divorce. And she may feel disappointed. All right, twins, are you ready? Should we delve into twin flame messages? Let's do that now. So, Archangel Michael, may we have messages, please, from the Divine Feminine to her Divine Masculine. The Divine Feminine says to the masculine, I feel heartbroken. Yes. She's actually mirroring her Divine Masculine's energy, who is sat in the Three of Swords. Second message, please, Archangel Michael, from the feminine to the masculine. Thank you. There is a little bit of insecurity she is trying to manage. If you saw the real me, would you still love me? Okay, so the Divine Feminine needs to work on her self-confidence. Final message from the Divine Feminine to her Divine Masculine. The divine feminine is saying to her masculine, she wants to return to him. It's as if she is really wanting to see him again. It's as if she's wanting to be in his energy, to stand next to him, to be near him. But she feels heartbroken because of the situation that he finds himself in. And so she's continuing to hold back, but she wants to be with him. It's heartbreaking. All right, twins. Archangel Michael, may we have messages, please, from the divine masculine to his feminine? The masculine is saying to his feminine, you inspire me. So the masculine may actually put the feminine quietly on a pedestal. She may not know that. Next message from the divine masculine to his divine feminine. The divine masculine is healing old issues. Okay. So it may well be that he's looking at his past. He may be cleaning up karma. Okay. Archangel Michael, the final message from the divine masculine to his divine feminine. Thank you, Michael. This connection confuses me. I don't know what to do. Okay. So I believe, twins, the divine masculine is considering relocation, maybe to live nearer his divine feminine, or he's thinking of moving out of living with a karmic. But the divine feminine is about to try and close out the chapter because what she believes the masculine is thinking about is his karmic, potentially. This is a very financially stable situation he's in. He's burdened because he knows who his true divine feminine is, but he is understanding that the feminine feels that this is a toxic connection, as in the masculine has not yet awoken. The masculine has not yet ascended. He's still hanging on to the karmic. She knows there's a lot of love between the two of them, but the difficult message she's passing to the masculine is, if you move towards me in the energy of the Knight of Wands, I will block this because I'm simply not prepared to be the other woman. The challenge for the masculine is to reveal his true situation or to open up, potentially relating to what his intentions are going forward. But the outcome is he feels heartbroken because I don't think he's got the courage at this point to completely detach from his karmic partner. And so the feminine is hoping that he's not moving towards her, sitting in the Seven of Swords, but he may be. If he is, I think she is about to make a very fast exit. She may not want to see her true divine masculine. It's as if what she's thinking about is, unless he's sat in the light, I'm not even wanting to communicate. She's standing her ground, twins. So I am leaving the reading there. I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye, twins.